is the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series.
And welcome, everyone, to ABC College Football, presented by K Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. In a moment and a day of regional enshrinement and enthronement, a rivalry that has run 127 chapters long. Minnesota against Wisconsin. So much important football to be played as we look at the college football playoff standings. Alabama, Oklahoma, Miami, Clemson, 1-4-2-3 in that order. Miami losing yesterday at Pitt. Georgia defeating Georgia Tech. Georgia's at number 6. And that is the backdrop for today's game between Wisconsin and Minnesota. Mark Jones alongside, chopping it up with Rod Gilmore. Quinn Kessenich down on the field. He'll be joining us in just a bit. Rod, we saw the standings. What does today mean in the big picture for the Badgers?
Well, I think Miami drops out of the top 4. I think you start right there. And if you're a Bucky Badger fan, there's still some drama. I don't think it's automatic that Wisconsin moves up into the top 4 because Miami lost. Georgia is lurking with one loss out of the SEC, so don't get too comfortable yet. I think Wisconsin needs a big performance today.
Yeah, Ohio State taking on Michigan right now. Ohio State and Wisconsin next week. Meanwhile, the Badgers have maybe the freshman of the year in their backfield. Jonathan Taylor has been outstanding all season long.
Yeah, he doesn't like to talk about personal goals, but this is a big personal day for him. He is sitting at about 5th in the Heisman Trophy race. A good chance to get to New York, but he needs a big performance today to get some more votes on his side. He can move up, but it's going to take a big performance today to get some of those voters to pay more attention.
And trying to book his ticket. Badgers looking for their second 12-win season as P.J. Fleck leads his Gophers onto the field on senior day. Meanwhile, the symbol of victory, the object of their affections today and their intentions right there. The Badgers taking it off the bus. Quick Kessenich will have more on that on the other side. You're watching the Big Ten on ABC on an irradiant afternoon here in Minneapolis on the banks of the Mississippi River as we take a look at this historic rivalry matchup brought to you by Wendy's. It's the longest-running FBS rivalry in college football. Deadlock, believe it or not, going into this 127th chapter, 59 wins apiece. And Quinn Kessenich has more down to the field.
It is Axe Week, and there's nothing like a Big Ten trophy game. They've been playing for Paul Bunyan's Axe since 1948. Wisconsin has won 13 in a row in the series. And in a week where they'd be tempted to look ahead to the Big Ten title game looming next week against Ohio State, the Axe has been basically a visual that has kept them in the moment this week. The Axe has been everywhere, in their locker room, on the practice field, in the bus, in the hotel. It's here underneath the stadium right now. It is a visual representation of this rivalry, connecting, motivating, and reminding them of the importance of this game in the big picture. I think at a time where they'd be tempted to look ahead, Mark, the Axe has really served its purpose.
Yeah, it certainly has. This is, in a lot of ways, Rod, a quintessential trap game for Wisconsin.
Yeah, but maybe the Axe gets you motivated. You know, they used to play for that slab of bacon.
Oh, man.
Maybe you put a little bacon on that Axe. I mean, everybody likes bacon except for me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Coach Chris could get a little creative with that, going back in history and look at...
Tell me bacon wouldn't get you motivated.
Everybody loves bacon, Rod. Pork is a big motivator. Minnesota winning the toss, defer into the second half. Wisconsin will receive. Gophers looking for bowl eligibility with their 6th win of the season potentially here today against the Badgers. Trying to end that rather odious, bilious losing streak, running 13 consecutive games against Wisconsin. You have to go back to 2003 for for the last time that Minnesota defeated Wisconsin in this rivalry game.
Minnesota pretty fired up. A little pressure on Wisconsin to keep pace in the college football playoff, sitting at number 5 right now.
They obviously saw what happened in Miami yesterday, upset at Pitt. Derek Tindall back deep for the Badgers. They'll take this one to 2. And Tindall makes it out to the 25-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for the Badgers. And that's where Alex Hornibrook will take over, completing 63% of his passes on the season. When he is very good, he's good. When he's bad, he can be very bad.
Well, he is polarizing among the Wisconsin fans because of what you just said. He has 13 picks on the season. That's the bad part. But he's also a 63% passer. And I think he had his best game of the season last week against Michigan. He threw 3 passes that were absolutely beautiful darts, but I thought, were the difference in the ballgame.
Those 6,000 calories that he consumed per day was during the offseason to get his body ready for the rigors of the season, as Jonathan Taylor, the true freshman, gets the first down in the first carry of the game.
6,000 calories. That's kind of like what you knocked out on Thursday?
That's an average media guy's daily intake, Rod. Okay?
Can you imagine meals like that every day all summer like he did? 6,000 calories? He was trying to get up to, what, 220, 225 pounds?
Yeah, it really underscores the work that he put in during the offseason right after their bowl game last year when they defeated Western Michigan. Ironically coached by B.J. Fleck. Another carry by Jonathan Taylor. Taylor with a good gain. Brought down by Jonathan Celestine, one of those seniors for Minnesota. B.J. Fleck right there, the head coach in his first season. Spent 4 years at Western Michigan. Led them to an undefeated regular season last year before losing to these Badgers in their bowl game.
5-6. This has been a good first year for him, considering what he walked into when he got the job, and he was just given an extension on his contract after his first season.
It was a good week in the Fleck household. 6-yard gain by Taylor on first down. Second down coming up, and nowhere to go here. Brought down by Steven Richardson.
Yeah, and Richardson's going to have a really good game today. He is fighting inside among those big offensive linemen, that really, really top-notch offensive line, to the extent that he can penetrate, then they have a chance. And you saw the first 2 running plays, no penetration at all. And this one, Richardson makes the move, gets into the backfield.
Third down and 5. Wisconsin, one of the more efficient teams in the country. You see the stat there on third down. Right at 50%. Empty formation, 5 receivers. Hornibrook delivers a strike complete to the 47-yard line. That's Danny Davis, the true freshman, hit immediately, but he picked up 10 and enough to move the chains.
Yeah, nice ball here. Just a 3-step, quick drop. Sees the spot in between the 2 linebackers and leads his receiver right in there for a nice little catch by Davis. Nice, simple, composed, and when Hornibrook gets on a roll like this, it's good. His confidence gets going. That's a nice, easy start for him.
Criticized a lot for the interceptions, but he has won his last 17 starts. Hands it off this time to Jonathan Taylor again, a pickup of 1 yard on the play.
Hornibrook was a 3-star recruit, committed to Pitt, and was going to go there because Chris was there as the head coach. And then he was having lunch with Chris one day when it popped up on the screen that the Wisconsin job was open. And he said, if you go there, do I fit with you at Wisconsin? Well, yeah, maybe. But he was out of official visits, so he had to take his own unofficial visit to Wisconsin.
Off to a good start here this afternoon. Taylor again, nowhere to go up the middle, stoned at the 46-yard line by Steven Richardson. That's the guy you pointed out, Rod, that had to play well on the line for Minnesota.
You see you get some penetration from Richardson inside, but you bring another guy in to make a play. You get a safety guy in there to help out. McGee shows up and makes that play. That's that 8th guy in the box to deal with that running situation. So now the question for Minnesota, can you get pressure on Hornibrook?
3rd and 8. Another empty formation on 3rd down. Hornibrook Incomplete. No flag on the play. Intended for Jack Dunn. Well defended by Kunle Ayinde.
Yeah, that's a really good play. Minnesota switched up and went with a little man coverage, and they brought some pressure. Ayinde read the route, jumped all over it, and got his hand in there.
So that brings in Anthony Lottie to punt, averaging just under 40 yards per punt on the season. Antonio Chenault right there, standing on his own 10-yard line for the Gophers. Minnesota's defense gets a win here on their first time on the field. Chenault will watch it go over his head, and it takes a Minnesota roll out to the 15-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 after that 30-yard punt. Demry Croft will come onto the field to quarterback the Gophers. Croft making his 6th consecutive start after Connor Rhoda began the season as the starter. But Croft is coming off a tough week last week. He started the last 5 games, had a good rushing week, set a school record for rushing quarterbacks against Nebraska a couple of weeks ago. But last week against Northwestern, their offense on the whole really had a tough time.
Well, let's not beat around the bush with this. He has to play well. They have to throw the ball better, and he has to use his feet. He's got to run.
Croft hands it off to Rodney Smith, arguably their most dynamic player offensively. Stopped up after a short gain. Leon Jacobs, the outside linebacker, making the tackle on the play for the Badgers.
Yeah, you're facing a very tough defense. Smith is, as is, the quarterback Croft. And, I talked about Croft having to have a big game. He has 5 starts already this season. Hasn't completed more than 9 passes in a game, and they struggled to throw last week. He's got to throw against this defense.
Well, this defense number 2 in the nation in total defense. Not an easy task. Croft slings it incomplete to his tight end, Nate Wozniak, and it was dropped. It was a catchable ball. They're going to have to make plays like that if they are going to have any kind of success today, Rob.
Yeah, I just don't see how PJ Fleck's team can run the ball against this defense. Nobody's run against Bucky Badger all season long. And this offense has struggled a bit. And when you deal with these linebackers who are so good on the edge and force everything inside, it's hard to run. They're going to have to throw it more than they want today.
3rd down and 8. Croft on the pitch. And nowhere to go for Rodney Smith. Stopped up about 2 yards shy of that first down. The tackle made by Jamerson and Leon Jacobs. There's a look at the proficiency and the intransigence of that Wisconsin defense on the season. 1st in rush yards per game and red zone defense touchdowns as well.
Yeah, some folks have said, well, look at their schedule. How do you know how good they are? Put on the tape.
Yeah.
Put on the tape and watch this defense play.
So you see those linebackers. Jacobs, maybe their best player on defense. Here's the punt coming down to the 40-yard line to Nick Nelson. A 37-yard punt, nothing on the return. Hornibrook will have good starting field position when we come back to Minneapolis.
I'm a believer in Wisconsin.
They dominated Michigan. So to me, Wisconsin sent a message to the committee.
I think Wisconsin's for real.
They can beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game and pave their way.
I only see this conference surviving and getting in the postseason if Wisconsin is able to win out.
And Wisconsin, of course, with a big game next week against Ohio State, who just defeated Michigan.
At a price.
Yes.
At a heavy price.
J.T. Barrett left the game in the second half. So his health perhaps in question for that game next week. Meanwhile, the Badgers looking at 1st and 10 from the 40. Taylor off tackle to the right, picks up about 3, Quint.
Last time Ohio State lost a quarterback, a starter, before they played Wisconsin, Cardell Jones showed up, and they beat him 59-0 in the Big Ten championship, gentlemen.
Yes.
Is that ancient history?
Q, why do you want to stress out Bucky Badger fans? How about last year's game, which was a 30-23 win, went to overtime? Close one, right?
Interesting little nugget there. 2nd down and 6. Hornibrook looking to set up the screen. Finds his receiver, Ramish, the fullback, and Ramish is going to be stopped up about 3 yards short of that first down. 3rd and short coming up.
I think it's an interesting game, Rod, either way. The Buckeyes going to be favored by about a touchdown.
Yep.
But, as you said, you watch this Wisconsin defense. There's such a clear sense of identity offensively with the run game, with third down conversions. I don't think there's a team in the country that understands themselves as strongly as Wisconsin does.
Yeah, and I'll give you what I think is really the key in that matchup for next week.
All right, 3rd down and 2. The bootleg action, Hornibrook into traffic, almost intercepted, incomplete, and a big hit by Duke McGee, jarring that ball loose from Kendrick Pryor.
Yeah, McGee's sitting in a zone, and if there's a place where Hornibrook struggles, it's picking up zone coverage at times. He doesn't recognize that he's got a safety sitting back there driving on this, throws a good ball, but this is into a crowd of 3 guys. And remember, he's got 13 picks on the season. That one should have been caught by Pryor, but it wasn't.
Antonio Chenault back at his own 10-yard line. Anthony Lottie punting for the Badgers at his own 35. A high spiral. Chenault calls for the fair catch. Was impeded by a Badger defender on special teams. Thus the flag thrown at the 26-yard line.
How about the energy and the spirit from the Gophers already?
Now, P.J. Fleck certainly setting the tone for his Gophers today. One of the more enthusiastic head coaches, very outspoken and rowing the boat, which is the mantra for the Gophers.
Going to follow up about that matchup with Ohio State.
Kick catching interference on the kicking team, number 25. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Take one more look at that first. That's going to go against Tyndall. Couldn't get out of the way from Chenault. He'll tack on 15 yards. 1st and 10 Gophers when we return. P.J. Fleck and his mantra, row the boat. Your oars are your energy source. Your boat are the people that you can influence. And the bigger your boat, the more successful you are. Croft hands it off that time to Rodney Smith. And Smith's forward progress going to make it out to the 36. Ryan Connolly making the stop for the Badgers, a 3-yard gain.
So hard to run outside on this defense. The most they've given up this season in rush yards, 143 yards.
Wow.
You saw that last play where you really had Dooley, number 5, crashing down inside from his outside linebacker spot. Instantly replaced on the perimeter. Instantly replaced. They couldn't get outside.
Garrett Dooley leads the team with 7.5 sacks this year. 2nd and 7. Croft hands it off again to Rodney Smith. Tough sledding off tackle there, brought down by T.J. Edwards, a finalist for the Butkus Award, a 1-yard gain on the play.
Well, and again, you can't get to the edge. These outside linebackers go at 250, 260 pounds or close enough to that, and they can drop off and play in coverage. So the problem becomes, how do you get to the edge? And because you can't, Edwards roams free inside and makes a lot of tackles.
Sounds like you're telling me they got some good athletes back there.
They got some players.
3rd and 6. Croft going to try and pass. Takes off and got drilled at the 37-yard line short. Detrell Jamerson, a flag down on the play as well. And, boy, Croft took a lick and got up.
Holding, offense, number 76. Penalties decline, 4th down.
Well, Jamerson is 6 feet, 200 pounds, and he is a solid tackler. Watch him show up here. Now, you saw that helmets collided, but that was initiated by Croft, the quarterback. You've got Jamerson in a good position, down low, trying to get low, and the quarterback, instead of sliding, goes into him.
McNelson, who was a special teams player of the week in the Big Ten, back to this punt. And Ryan Santoro. Santoso's punt out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. Folks, kick off your NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN with all the breaking news and game previews. Streaming live as well on the ESPN app. Then Monday Night Football, it's the Texans and the Ravens with Monday Night Countdown beginning at 6 Eastern Time on ESPN.
I wonder if Sunday and Monday in the NFL will be as crazy as college football has been this week. And you had the Miami upset.
Yeah.
You got coaches fired. You got coaches hired. You know, we don't know what we're going to have for next week in terms of what matchups are going to, you know, turn out to be. It's kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, there's a fun time of the year for college football fans.
Congrats to our buddy Chip Kelly taking the UCLA job.
Heading out to Westwood. Hornibrook completes the pass to Kendrick Pryor, and Pryor fighting for that first down. Pryor is a guy that has really come on in the last several weeks.
You know, you're right. The criticism of the Wisconsin offense has been, well, you know, where's the passing game as you look at Croft, again, being checked out on the sideline. When they lost Quintez Cephas, they took a real drop-off at the wide receiver spot. A lot of young guys. And these guys are growing as the season goes along here, and they started to make some plays the last couple weeks.
Helping Hornibrook out on the receiving game. Bradrick Shaw in a tailback now, and he takes the handoff. Hit almost immediately and falls forward just shy of the 40-yard line. Meanwhile, we saw the shot of Demry Croft on the sideline for Minnesota a moment ago. He took a big hit on the last sequence, and looks like they're really checking him out. He was shaken up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't slide. And again, you know, he's 6'5" and probably felt like he could handle running over Jamerson, but Jamerson's a pretty solid safety.
Yeah, that's Connor Rhoda there. You saw the backup quarterback who was the starter for the first 4 games this year, practicing some snaps. Hornibrook delivers, dropped at the 48-yard line by A.J. Taylor. Usually a much more reliable receiver, and that, pardon me, they're going to say that's a completion.
On the second catch, he gets it. A little basketball with that one, but he actually got his hands underneath it before he hit the ground. That's a good catch. You know, he's one of those guys that's really kind of come on. He made some big catches last week against Michigan.
On the carry, this is Ibrahim with his first touch of the ball game, picks up a couple of yards. So we've seen Taylor, Shaw, and now Ibrahim get carries for Wisconsin.
Jonesy, just keep in mind, this is one of their big plays. You know, they just do a counter. They're trying to get at least 4 blockers on 4 defenders. You pull these guys around your tackle and your tight end, you get them evened up, and then you got a chance to let your back make a play. Minnesota beat blocks that time. That's a good defensive stop by Minnesota, but if you can't stop the counter, you can't stop the outside zone, you got no chance.
There's a real line of scrimmage type of game. Hornibrook looking downfield and comes under, incomplete at the 47-yard line, intended for Xander Neville, the tight end. So it'll be 3rd down and long for the Badgers. And Rod, you look at Wisconsin's success throughout the years, you see those offensive linemen. Paul Chryst philosophy in line with what Barry Alvarez started years ago. Big linemen, strong running game.
Yeah, and it usually works. Right now, they've run into an energetic buzzsaw, you know, fueled by this crowd, where the Minnesota defense is penetrating, they're aggressive, and right now they're winning it at the line of scrimmage. They're really coming after these guys.
Richardson, Jackson, Ulmer, Coughlin up front for the Gophers. 3rd and long, Hornibrook complete for the first down at the 40-yard line to Fumagalli, the tight end, all-conference performer.
And this is a guy who was the MVP of the Cotton Bowl against Western Michigan. P.J. Fleck is quite familiar with him. He's the 3rd guy inside. Watch him just with a little out, you know. And for a guy who has only 3 fingers on one hand, he's got incredible hands.
Yeah, unbelievable story, missing a couple of digits on his left hand and making a fantastic catch there. Fumagalli, the former walk-on. 1st down and 10, the toss to Taylor. Cuts it back inside down to the 38-yard line. Jonathan Taylor picks up a couple of yards, brought down by sophomore Thomas Barber.
Do you remember seeing Fumagalli in the Cotton Bowl, and he made that one-handed spectacular catch? Yeah. And people were stunned to find out that he made that catch with the one hand, with the 3 fingers.
It has not hampered him in his career at Wisconsin at all.
No. He's gone from being a walk-on to a legit NFL prospect.
A guy that only had 1 offer. That was at NC State, coming out of high school. That slant complete to Danny Davis. Let's go back to Cassidy in the studio.
Thanks, Mark. Carmex Drive What's Possible update. West Virginia, Oklahoma. Kyler Murray in at QB for Baker Mayfield, who didn't get the start for discipline reasons. And Murray, on the first play of the game, takes off 66 yards. That would set up a Rodney Anderson TD on the next play. It's 7-0 Sooners, and this game is over on ESPN. Mark, Rod, back to you.
Well, it doesn't look like they miss Baker Mayfield much, Rod, coming out of the gate.
That might keep him on ice a little bit longer with a start like that.
Hornibrook looking for downfield. Caught at the 6-yard line to Taylor. First and goal, Badgers. Crispy execution, Rod.
Yeah, this is what he does well. I like him on the bootleg. When they get him outside the pocket, you see the arm is just strong enough to come back across the field. A nice crossing route by Taylor, using his speed to come all the way back, and that's a nice throw. Look, let's be real here. Hornibrook is really the key to this offense. When he can make throws like that, when he can be mobile, this offense gets into a new dimension with Taylor running back in the short, quick passing game, and they become really, really good. They become a top 4 team.
Wow, okay. Even more balanced. Hand it off here to tailback. Taylor again keeping the pile moving. Picks up about 3. Second and goal coming up.
See that push by that offensive line?
Big fellas up there.
I think they had their share of bacon, man.
Yeah, there's plenty. This is a mammoth offensive line, but they're a little more mobile than some Wisconsin O-lines that I've seen from the past. And this is the part of the field, you see multiple tight ends, you see fullbacks, and you can hear it down here. That's the cool thing. When they fire off the ball, you can hear the contact. It's unbelievable.
Chris James in a tailback. Out of the offset eye, it's James on the handoff. No signal, stopped just short of the end zone, inches away from that goal line.
Yeah, you know, they get those numbers on you when they pull from the backside. They'll bring Fumagalli, they'll bring their right guard, Benshaw. Both those guys get in over there, and now they have numbers. They outnumber you blocking and make sure they get a hat on a hat, and then they let their back run behind it. And those linemen are athletic enough and big enough to cause a problem for you down there.
Here's one more look at the play, Rod. You talk about those offensive linemen, 328, 336, 316, 317, 315. That's where the bacon is. Back after this. You're watching ABC College Football presented by K Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. And you're looking at Xander Neville, the second-string tight end for the Badgers. It's shaken up on that last play. Helped off to the sidelines during the commercial break.
12th play of the drive, Jonesy, after 2 possessions in which Wisconsin didn't move the ball.
Chris James. Play fake. Touchdown Badgers, Fumagalli.
Badgers! We go Wisconsin!
Troy Fumagalli in the end zone off the great play fake by Hornibrook. And that's his 4th touchdown catch of the season.
Yeah, pretty good guy to go to down here. He's an excellent blocker, and that always gets people a little bit confused. He's 6'6", 250, and you have to respect his blocking ability on the goal line. But when he lets go and he gets out, no one's paying attention to him.
His 38th reception of the season and his 7th career touchdown. Gaglianone with the extra point, and the Badgers lead at 7-0. Rod, what was the key component here on that touchdown catch?
Well, just watch right here. Watch the sell on the blocking he does there. He does a great job blocking. You have to respect that. And then he flips out, and you get the bootleg out there. When that guy comes to block you, you actually have to deal with it. And so he gets out Q. He's tough on the goal line down there.
You know, one thing that stood out to me on that entire drive, Rod, was Wisconsin's ability to play action and throw the ball on the early downs, 1st and 2nd down, as opposed to run, pass. And I think that caught Minnesota off guard early in that drive. But, you know, from a tight end and fullback standpoint, this is the premier program in the country. I mean, they have the #2 rated fullback fullback in the country in Ramish, and they've got a top 5 tight end in Fumagalli, and you see those guys show up in the red zone time after time.
Yeah, well, when you see the quick game, the quick passing game, 3-step working, and you see the naked boot where you get Point Brook outside, this offense starts to really flow.
Here's the kick. Smith returning for the Gophers. Rodney Smith, one of the leaders of this team. Got an alley. Rodney Smith. One guy. Smith down to the 6, but there's a flag down at the 43-yard line. The ball also came loose. A tremendous effort by Rodney Smith.
Holding, return team, number 43. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
And this is going to come back. Bailey Schoenfelder called for the hold on what was otherwise a sparkling 93-yard return by Rodney Smith.
Well, and you need some breaks like that if you're Minnesota. You need to get something in the special teams. You need a takeaway, something like that to keep you close.
Well, Demry Croft has his helmet on. Looks like he's coming back into the ball game. He took a big hit on the last series. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, just slide. He doesn't. He goes shoulder and head first. Jamerson is there. And the result of that was people having to check him out.
See how he responds on this series. First down and 10 from the 33. Croft keeps it. Pretty nice move, and is brought down by Jamerson at the 39-yard line.
The end of the first quarter.
That's going to be the end of the first 15 minutes of play here in the 127th chapter of the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. The Gophers looking for their 14th consecutive win against their border rivals. Back after this, stay tuned for more from Minneapolis after word from these ABC stations. Want to clear something up? It's the Badgers looking for their 14th consecutive win against their border rivals. Mark Jones alongside Rod Gilmore on a chilly day here in Minneapolis. First down, pardon me, 2nd and 5 for the Gophers coming up. McCrary in the backfield beside Demry Croft. And McCrary on the carry, moving the pile across the 42-yard line. Rod, when you look at Wisconsin, how prepared are they? Can you really tell? They haven't faced the top 3 teams in the East this year.
Yeah, I think if you're a Bucky Badger fan, you don't get worked up about people questioning the schedule. It's a fair question. You didn't face, the top 3 teams of the East. You didn't get a great non-conference team, but you've got a really good team. And as long as you win and win out, you're probably going to wind up in the top 4. And the real question every week is really how good is the quarterback play? And it's looking pretty good right now. So I wouldn't be that sensitive about the schedule if I were a Bucky Badger fan. It's like, win your games.
They can handle their business, and McCrary got stopped cold on 3rd and 1. Let's go to Cassidy in the studio.
And Mark, AT&T Field Pass. Let's go to the Iron Bowl. Bama, Auburn. Kerryon Johnson here. Check this out. With the jump pass to Nate Craig Myers. A nifty way to end a 12-play, 95-yard drive. Auburn strikes first. They're up 7-0. Mark, Rob, back to you.
They threw the Tim Tebow on him.
Yeah. Haven't seen that one in a while. Nick Nelson back at his own 20-yard line. The special teams player of the week in the Big Ten. Had a punt return for a touchdown last week. And watches the one bounce harmlessly and rolls down to the 23-yard line. First down and 10 for Hornibrook and the Badger offense after the 36-yard punt. They lead 7-0 when we come back to Minneapolis. Taco Bell is a proud partner of the college football playoff. Folks, be on the lookout for Taco Bell student sections and passionate fans like these at games all season long. Some of our spectators today, Rod Gilmore, don't even have jackets.
This is a balmy summer day. We kind of lucked out and not hitting the snow today.
Feels like summer in Minneapolis. It's like 33. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield dotting the I. And a little lead play out to the 25-yard line. Blake Cashman making the tackle on the play. Jonathan Taylor, a real interesting story for the Badgers. They didn't expect that he would be as successful as he was. They didn't offer him a scholarship until his senior year.
Wasn't fast enough, they thought, huh?
Yeah, and then they went and watched him at a track meet, Rod, and he ran a 10.64, won the New Jersey State High School Championship. But it wasn't so much his speed, it was the way that he went about his business. And the running back coach, Coach Settle, was impressed enough to get back to the staff and say, we need to offer this kid. Hornibrook delivers it to Danny Davis. Here's what it looked like in high school. Jonathan Taylor, tell me about his speed here, Rod. What do you make of it?
Well, I guess
6'4".
Yeah, given where he was, he's going to be in the middle of the field, and see ya. See ya. Now, you can just wipe out the New Jersey guys. You got to take him down and run him against the guys in Florida and California and Texas, right?
Yeah. 10.64 is pretty fast. Either way you slice it.
Look, he's got that burst and he's got confidence in it, but he also is a football player who runs through tackles.
First down and 10. Hornibrook complete. Out to Danny Davis, the true freshman. Q?
Rod, you hit that right on the head. I mean, he's given creases to run through, but when safeties and corners try to tackle him, he runs through arm tackles as well as any running back that we've seen all year. He's got a great stiff arm as well, and that straight line speed, it's almost deceptive because he does weigh about, almost 220, 215-ish.
Yeah.
He's faster than he looks, so to speak.
He's a big back, and you just don't knock him off balance with arms. You gotta body him up.
Right now they got Bradrick Shaw in the backfield, spelling Jonathan Taylor. Shaw running it into the boundary and picks up about 2 on the play. It's interesting when the coaches were talking to us, Joe Rudolph, the offensive coordinator for the Badgers, saying that Taylor gives Wisconsin more yards, Rod, at the second and third level than they had last year and even the year before that.
Look, you want your running back to make a guy miss. When you block all but one guy, he's got to make that guy miss, and you want him to get you yards after contact. And he gives you both those things. Now, we talked about getting 4 blockers on the side, a hat on a hat, and then making him beat a guy. We'll see. Here, 3rd and 1. He's got to beat a guy probably.
Little reverse handoff to Ramish, the fullback. Still in bounds. Ramish all the way down to the 15-yard line. Great misdirection and a good block by Kyle Peniston to set Ramish free.
Yeah, the guy you forget about because he's a fullback, and not every team has a fullback. And they just come back with a little misdirection, and they feed him, and he shows a little bit of speed getting to the outside. But, again, it's the pounding straight ahead and then coming back with a little misdirection. He does stay in bounds there.
When was the last time we saw a fullback? A couple years ago.
Well, it's got to be Wisconsin,
right?
Michigan, Stanford, Florida State.
It's a short list right now. Bradrick Shaw in the backfield. He gets the carry. And picks up about 2. Duke McGee making the tackle on the play. We got a player down on the sidelines, and it looks like that's Shaw.
Yeah, that's Shaw, and that was McGee you mentioned with the hit, and McGee's been having a day so far. He's been involved in some of the bigger hits already.
Duke McGee, the safety, right there.
Yeah, that's a good tackle. See the way he wraps up with that? A lot of guys come in just shoulder first. He comes in, wraps up, and then there's a little help at the bottom there as well. But McGee having a heck of a game so far.
Duke McGee, one of those 16 Gophers seniors playing their final home game. We'll check in on Shaw on the other side of this. PJ Fleck and his football family involved in a local turkey drive and giving out turkeys during Thanksgiving. Rod, I'm glad we came out of our turkey-induced comas to get ready for this game and get here to Minneapolis.
Did you? I did notice you brought a turkey sandwich with you from home.
Leftovers, baby. The best. They travel well.
You're supposed to learn in kindergarten to bring enough to share with everyone. Just saying.
Team player all the way. Out of the offset eye, 2nd and 9. Nowhere to go for Groshek. Jared Groshek hit immediately.
We're talking about the day McGee's having. Watch him, number 8, Phil inside. Slide over. There he is. A little bit more aggressive Minnesota is bringing some penetration. This guy's playing his tail off right now. He's making plays.
Loading up that box. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Well, you know, you really do need to load the box and challenge Hornibrook to make plays to his young receivers. Be aggressive. Play man coverage.
4 receivers on this formation. Hornibrook fires incomplete at the 3. Intended for Danny Davis. Stride for stride with him was Antonio Chenault. And remember, this is one of the best teams in the nation in the red zone, and they bring about a 4th down. And in comes their place kicker, Rafael Gaglione. Gaglione is 11 of 13 on the season. This one going to come from 32 yards out. And he knocks it through to make it 10-0 for the Badgers. Looking for their 14th straight win against the Gophers in the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. Folks, Allstate is proud to be part of the team that comes together to do good by contributing to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. To date, Allstate has contributed millions in scholarship funds. Back here at Minneapolis, Mark Jones, Rod Gilmore, Quinn Kesnick down to the field. You know, rumor has it, Rod, that, and history and folklore says that Paul Bunyan swung his mighty axe and created the Mississippi River.
18 feet tall.
Yeah.
I would imagine he could, huh?
He was a 5-star recruit. Well, coming up later on ESPN, 3rd-ranked Clemson squaring off against South Carolina in Columbia. The Tigers looking to avoid the upset and keep their college football playoff hopes alive as they look to repeat as national champs. You can also see it live on the ESPN app.
What an atmosphere Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe will have tonight in that game. That place is going to be rocking.
A lot on the line. Clemson trying to avoid what happened to Miami. They'll play Miami in the ACC championship game. And that's Paul Jackson down on the field for Wisconsin. Another Badger player shaken up. A moment ago, we saw Bradrick Shaw taken into the locker room for Wisconsin as well.
You know, we've talked about kickoffs and how, you know, kickoff is the most exciting play in college football, but it's the most dangerous play also. You get a lot of injuries. You got guys lined up, you know, 50, 60 yards away from each other, sprinting full speed. Things happen.
Yeah, 23% of the injuries actually happen on that play. 1st down and 10. Demery Craft trying to find some semblance of offense for the Gophers today. They've had a bunch of 3 and outs. 1st and 10 from the 25. Croft on the option, pitches it to Smith, and they string it out and bring him down for a loss. Let's go to Cassidy in the studio.
Thanks, Mark, and let's go back to Norman. Baker Mayfield entered the game for the Sooners on their 2nd series, and on his 4th play finds C.D. Lamb for the 8-yard score. The Sooners are up 14-3 after one over on ESPN. Mark, Rob, back to you.
And Oklahoma lurking outside the top 4 there, Rod.
I think Oklahoma is in a good spot, yeah. And as long as they take care of business, they look like a lock to be in the top 4.
That game coming up against TCU. Handling it against West Virginia today. Oklahoma at number 4. 2nd and 12. Croft downfield, dropped at the 40-yard line. Intended for Philip Howard. Well defended by Tyndall.
Yeah, they have struggled at the wide receiver spot. Good effort here. He's in a good spot. Just drops it. You know, they're down a couple guys. Q, what do you got?
Yeah, drops and lack of separation have been an issue, especially in the 2nd half of the season. Tyler Johnson, their best receiver, went out with a wrist injury. You've seen a lot of youngsters on the outside. From watching practice yesterday, I like their tight ends the best, Rod. I like Lingen and Wozniak, 80 and 86.
Well, Wozniak is 6'10". He's always open. You got to get him involved, don't you?
He's on the bench right now, unfortunately. Lingen.
Get him off the bench. Get him in the game.
Give him an opportunity. They're going to run the option here. Croft tucks it under, and they run out of bounds. A gain of 1 on the play, and that's going to be the 4th 3 and out for the Gophers offensively.
Yeah, they have nothing going. We talked about it. It's hard to run against this defense. They switched it up this series, a little bit more option stuff, but you're going to have to throw. And you got to throw in early downs. You got to use your quick game. They have this jet sweep that we haven't seen yet today. I think they got to get that involved, but just running against these guys is not going to get it done. It's not going to work. This is a great defense.
Ryan Santoso punting to Nick Nelson. Fields it at the 30. Made one guy miss. Nelson brought down at the 43-yard line. A return of about 10 yards on the 57-yard punt. Now for today's Aflac trivia question. Aflac! Alex Hornibrook has won 17 consecutive starts. Who's the last Power 5 quarterback with a longer winning streak? Huh.
That's a good question.
Chew on that for a while.
Got to think of teams that had long winning streaks, obviously.
Yeah. This is Jonathan Taylor, 17.
Well, you know, I'm thinking
It's got to go back, obviously, to last year.
Yeah, I would have thought Jalen Hurts, but they lost the championship game at Alabama, so he's not there yet.
Miami just had their winning streak snap, but they had Brad Kaya as the quarterback last year, so that wouldn't work. Huh.
Maybe, no, not even Watson at Clemson. I'm stumped right now.
Yeah, the wood's burning up top here on my dome. Taylor. 4-yard gain on the play. Jameis Winston. Hornibrook had won 17 straight. Okay, Jameis Winston, Florida State. 26 straight. That's the answer to our Aflac trivia question.
Well, we were on the right track with Florida State. We just didn't go back.
We're getting warm. 3rd and 2. Taylor with 11 rushes so far. A total of 39 yards. They line up out of the eye. Ramish leading the way for Taylor. And he comes up short. The ball came loose. He put it on the ground. Jonathan Taylor had some issues this year fumbling the football. It was a big hit by Thomas Barber.
Yeah, Barber from the Barber family. You've heard that name associated with Minnesota Gopher football for years.
And the Gophers have it.
A big, big hit.
The youngest of the Barber brothers, which included Marion that also played here, comes up with a big play.
This is just textbook. Watch him fill the gap there. Lower, wrap, knock the ball out.
Kamal Martin, number 21, making the recovery for the Gophers. They get a big break right around midfield at the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10 coming back the other way.
Let's see if they actually open it up a little bit. Quick passing game, jet sweep. There's a jet sweep motion.
Lots of pressure on Croft. Down to the 37. Ryan Connolly coming on the pressure.
He wasn't alone. He brought some friends. Ooh. I mean, it was almost as if they were setting up a screen. Watch all the white shirts blow by the offensive line here. By the time Croft turns around, he's got a lot of guys in his face. It's tough to make that quick decision, but that ball has got to go away. But look how fast this happens. Nowhere to go.
Well, he didn't have time to set up.
Nope, no time.
That was the 38th sack of the season for the Badgers defensively. 2nd and 22 now. Croft on the pitch to Rodney Smith. Brought down at about the 40, Clint.
Yeah, Rod, that was a great example of what Kirk Shiraka, the offensive coordinator from Minnesota, told us yesterday. Says when you plug in the tape of this defense, count to 3 every time there's a pass. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Quarterback is either obliterated or he's got to get the ball out. This group rushes. They don't blitz much, but when they rush 4, they get there fast. 3 seconds.
Yeah, they don't have to blitz, Q, because they're so effective. You know, with that 3-4 defense, they mix up who the 4th rusher is, and they just confuse you or overpower you.
2nd in the nation in total defense. 3rd and 20. Croft under duress and brought down at the 44-yard line by Leon Jacobs, one of their best athletes on defense.
Well, we've been talking about this Wisconsin defense and, you know, what happens this coming week. Quint, what's your view? You think Georgia has a chance to jump them for the 4th spot? Or do you think it's a foregone conclusion that with a win, Wisconsin slides into number 4?
Well, no, I think Georgia's got the better win over Notre Dame. But long term, if Wisconsin holds serve and wins today and next Saturday, they're in.
On the punt, dribbles down harmlessly at the 21-yard line. Harbrook ready to come back in after the 37-yard punt. More on the playoff on the other side of this. And welcome back, everyone, to Minneapolis as we take a look at this week's college football playoff rankings brought to you by Capital One. Oh, Rod, sound like a door opening up there for somebody.
I think it was, and that's because you had that happen. And now Wisconsin and Georgia are sitting there.
Well, we went all in on the sound effects, man. You got to listen for the secret knock as A.J. Taylor makes the catch and is pushed out of bounds at about the 30. Wisconsin won't need a secret knock or handshake to get through the door. They just got to win, right?
Well, Barry Alvarez says he can't believe the notion that an undefeated Power 5 champ would not get in. So if you're Wisconsin, you know, win this week, beat Ohio State, and Barry Alvarez says you should be in. Now, the committee has been slow to move Wisconsin into the top 4. We'll see if they do that this week. Georgia, as Quint mentioned, has better wins on their resume than Wisconsin.
On the run, James dashing. Chris James still on his feet and finally tackled on Minnesota side of midfield by Antonio Chenault. Well, the big chunk of yardage in the first down.
Yeah, watch the pit transfer here as he just takes this ball outside zone play. Huge gap in there. He recognizes it right away and just hits it. The guy followed Chris over here to finish off his collegiate career.
29-yard gain, too.
Yeah, once that defensive line starts running east-west, eventually there'll be some creases, and that's not what you want if you're Minnesota.
Yeah, he was barely touched going through the hole. Here he is again, this time going to lose a yard. Cassidy, what's up in the studio?
Mark, let's go back on the Plains. Bama down 7-0 until Jalen Hurts. Check out this pass. Just airs it out, and Jerry Jeudy comes down with it for the 36-yard score. It's all tied up at 7 between Alabama and Auburn. Mark, Rod, back to you.
Rod, interesting scenario if Alabama loses in that game, too.
Look, I think Alabama is one of the top 4 teams in the country. Resume or not.
High test, huh? Hornibrook completes the pass to Kendrick Pryor. Another reception for him. So you say if they lose, they're still in.
I think they are this year's Ohio State. If they have one loss on their resume, I think Alabama gets in, whether they're the SEC champ or not. You know, I don't think there's any team in the country that wants to play Alabama. I think Clemson would say, hey, we got them, we're fine, we can handle them. I don't think anybody else is looking to play that team. You watch them, they're pretty good.
That game tied at 7. You saw it back in the studio. 9-yard gain on the previous play. 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Badgers from the 34. Derek Groshek in the backfield. That's the first man through, Ramish. And it looks like he just got enough for the first down.
So I take it you and Q both agree with me. No one challenges me on Alabama not winning the SEC getting in?
I can't imagine a scenario where Alabama does not get in.
Okay. All right.
Q?
Oh, you guys just asked me. I was thinking, you know, last time we saw Alabama was so long ago. They were slightly unimpressive in their win over Colorado State. The SEC West has come up kind of soft other than Auburn this year.
Wisconsin running a big hole for Groshek. Still on his feet. Down to the 4. 1st and goal for Wisconsin. They gashed that defensive front.
Well, it's what Q was talking about. You know, you get these creases when you run that play.
And a timeout call down to the field.
Timeout.
27-yard gain by Groshek.
7 on the game.
Well, Jonesy, we've been talking about, this play, this outside zone, and reading what you have there. Stop it right there. You see, look at this crease that you got there. He recognizes it because you're sliding those defensive linemen, pushing them east and west, as Q mentioned, and you got a huge crease. Pick it and go. Q, you like that, huh?
Yeah, and what stands out in this game with Ohio State looming is the number of running backs that coach is willing to give the ball to, whether it's James, Groshek, Ramish, Taylor. Really impressive in terms of depth at the running back and fullback position.
Yeah, Quint, that's a great point, because today we've seen 5 different guys get carries for Wisconsin. Look at the ball control. They are a time of possession team today, Rod, as always.
Well, you've had 5 drives for Minnesota, all of them 3 and out. But Wisconsin has run the ball clearly as they've wanted to do.
James, the deep back, dotting the I. Hornibrook into the end zone. Touchdown Badgers, Peniston.
What a good throw. He knows he's got a 6'4" tight end at the back of the end zone. Put it up there where he can get it, or it goes out of bounds.
Hornibrook has been on point all afternoon. That time finding Kyle Peniston in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Guglielmone in for the extra point, knocks it through. And the Badgers lead 17-0. What a day for Hornibrook. 13 of 17, Rod. 115 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
You watch him the last couple of weeks, and you get the sense that he is really growing as a quarterback. And people pointed to the quarterback spot all season saying, hey, it's inconsistent, it's weak, you don't know if you're going to get picks or touchdowns. The way he's playing, he's starting to eliminate that so-called weakness, and he'll get a real test against Ohio State. In that game, I started to mention this earlier, J.T. Barrett was huge in last year's win over Wisconsin. If that gets neutralized by Hornibrook in that game, Wisconsin has a really good shot, favorite or not, to beat Ohio State.
It's going to be an intriguing matchup. Folks, stay tuned for the Capital One halftime report. Kevin Agandi, Mac Brown, Booger McFarland in the studio, getting you caught up on all the scores and highlights on a busy day, a pivotal Saturday in college football as we wind down on Rivalry Week. Under a minute to go here. The Badgers have dominated the Gophers. And Smith will let it come out to the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Gophers. P.J. Fleck, the first-year head coach. His recruiting efforts starting to bear some fruit. He talked about the fact that they have locked up the 7 top players in the state of Minnesota. That's a start, Rob.
It is.
And
let's not forget, if they get a win today, they're bowl eligible. But he said he's not really focused on the short term. He's trying to build this program. He knows that there are holes. He knows that there are things they need to do. They've got to mature. They got to get physically stronger. So he's thinking long term, not just short term bowl appearance.
First down and 10. Croft hands it off to Smith. Breaking run. Biggest run of the day, and the first down of the day for the Gophers on that 25-yard gallop by Rodney Smith. And a timeout called.
Yeah, watch the double team right there. And watch Smith read it and come off of it. Good double team, cuts, and he's on his way. Need some confidence. That run will help. Remember, they get the ball to start the next half.
Dale Fleck talked about Rodney Smith being a great example of one of the guys that really bought in to P.J. Fleck and the philosophy of rowing the boat when he first took the job. Well, Sunday, December 3rd, we'll have exclusive reveal of the college football playoff rankings and which 4 teams will make the playoff. Reese and the gang will also unveil the other New Year's 6 bowl games and break it all down in this 4-hour special. It all starts at noon Eastern time on ESPN, also on the ESPN app.
There could be a lot of drama associated with that.
No doubt, from midfield. Roth going to take off, and this time wisely rolls into the 45-yard line. Another timeout called.
Good
with 35 seconds to go.
Good clock management, using that timeout. You had a couple, got one left. You know, you can get yourself in field goal range. The issue, though, is that we've not seen any semblance of passing by Minnesota to really feel confident that they can actually pick up, 15 yards or so, 13 yards, and give themselves a shot. But that's what it takes. And if you can get a field goal going into half, you get the ball coming back to start the third quarter.
Yeah. You're talking about P.J. Fleck and not really concerned with the short term as much as he is the big picture, Rod. He said that, man, we haven't won a championship here in Minnesota in 50 years. That is the ultimate goal.
Well, no consistency. I mean, how many coaches in the last 11 years?
Yes.
6 or 7?
That's 6 of them. 2nd and 6. Croft slings it incomplete. His retriever fell, but there's a late flag thrown. It was intended for Mark Williams, covered there by Nick Nelson.
Pass interference. Defense, number 11. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That's going to go against Nelson.
Well, you see, he was grabbing him and holding him, and it's going to get you flagged. That gives you a shot now. If you're Minnesota, you're at the 33-yard line. That's a 48-yarder. You've got time to pick up a little bit more yards. You don't have to throw right now.
Well within field goal range for Emmett Carpenter, who's 14 of 18 on the season. Croft can't take a sack here. Flings it incomplete, broken up at the 21-yard line. Good play by Derek Tyndall. Stops the clock with 22 seconds to go.
Even when you think a guy is open, not open. Good job by Tyndall getting that right hand in there. Left hand down low, that's where you do it. That's a great play. I love that.
Spoken like a true former DB.
Yeah, that's just like in basketball. You're just bracing yourself. It's no big deal.
He wasn't holding them around that.
Doesn't matter. You can hold down there. That's fine.
Okay.
It's not disrupting what the guy's trying to do.
2nd and 10. Smith inside the 30. I'm going to say that he was down at the 28. And the clock's still running. As Fleck is going to probably burn his final timeout and get the field goal unit on.
Look, that's pretty good clock management.
Timeout.
Quinn?
Yeah, PJ's all over it. This field goal kicked into a slight breeze. It was a little stronger wind earlier. It's interesting, Jonesy, this stadium actually sits east-west, which is very rare, and the sun setting to your left in that left end zone, and that's where the breeze is coming out of. But if he hits this square, he should have the distance. The wind was much stiffer earlier.
Well, if he does, Q, that should give them a little bit of confidence. This is the only drive the Gophers have had of the first half, and they get the ball to start the third quarter.
You'd have to go all the way back to 2003 for the last time that the Gophers defeated the Badgers in this battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. Emmett Carpenter going to attempt this one from 46 yards out. And now Wisconsin, on a cool afternoon, is going to try and put Carpenter on ice for a bit.
So you're telling me that Minnesota players, current players, and then the last set of players, and then the set before that of players, have never touched the axe.
That axe is a rumor to them right now. We actually saw Wisconsin bring it to the game here today, but I did that last game that they won in 2003. It was a great scene in the old Metrodome when they stormed the Wisconsin sidelines to grab that axe after they kicked the game-winning field goal.
I got a question for you. Why are they hiding the axe inside? I mean, if you've had it that long, don't you parade it around the sideline and kind of say, nah, 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 nah?
I think it's their way of saying it ain't going anywhere. From 46 yards out, Carpenter. And he pushed it to the right. No good. An ignominious ending to the first half for the Gophers. But they will get the ball to start off the third quarter. 17-0 at the end of the first half. Stay tuned for the Capital One halftime report after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
You're watching the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series.
You're watching ABC College Football presented by K Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series from Minneapolis. Right now, 17-0. The Badgers pitching a shutout defensively against the Gophers, and Hornibrook has been red hot throwing the football today. 13 of 17 passing. As we take a look at our first half stats, brought to you by Overwatch.
Well, you mentioned Hornibrook and his performance. That jumps out. You see the 262 total yards, but the Wisconsin defense has simply shut down Minnesota. They had 19 plays in the first half. Your defense only played 19 plays. Wow.
This is one of the more dominant defenses in the country, number 2 in total defense, as the Gophers will get the football to start the third quarter. As we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary.
Well, we talked about your quarterback, Hornibrook, being the key to this offense for long-term success, and he was great in that first half. He completed 11 of his last 13, couple of nice touchdown passes to his tight ends. And then when you talk about a dominant defense, they really strung everything out, shut it down. 46 yards. 46 yards of offense, from Minnesota, and absolutely no passing attack at all. They've been completely shut down.
Rod, Minnesota is snap a 13-game losing streak against Wisconsin. What do they need to get going? Where do they start offensively?
Yeah. Well, I think they've got to be more aggressive, particularly on first down. I think they're going to have to throw the ball, quick passing game, and I think they need that jet sweep action that they used just once in the first half.
They moved it towards the end of the first half. They give it to Rodney Smith. Croft keeps it himself as we go down to Quint.
Inexperience at the wide receiver position is the biggest concern for P.J. Fleck. He's playing some guys who have less than 5 catches on the season. He said they really struggled with the press man coverage that Wisconsin's throwing their way. Look for, some pick routes and some rub routes on the outside. The other issue is to do those type of routes, he said, takes time, and they're struggling to protect as well. So it's a little 1-2 punch in terms of their offensive struggles.
Yeah, Croft has been on the run a lot. Hasn't had much time to set up. 2nd and 6. Gives it to Rodney Smith. And Smith is going to set up a 3rd and 1 to go.
Q, any sense that they might try and find a way to get Wozniak, the 6'10" tight end, get him more involved? He's been missing the first part of the game.
Yeah, they threw that ball to him early where he dove for it and went off his hands, and since then he has not been targeted. I liked what I saw. I think he moves really well.
Yep.
Light on his feet. Blocking and pad level is more of an issue, but he's the guy who's an instant matchup issue defensively, and I'm not sure why they shouldn't throw the ball in his direction.
Yeah, you saw the tallest skill player in college football at 6'10", and they're going to get the first down. The run by McCrary, but there's a flag down on the play on first down and 10. A flag on the far side of the field at the 34. But if it stands, it's their first 3rd down conversion.
Offside. Defense, number 32. Penalties decline. First down.
Jonesy, this defense is so good, and you said, well, where's their weakness? And it's hard to pinpoint. But I think if you're going to attack them, I think you attack their linebackers. I think you attack them with your slot receivers. You attack them with your running backs. You spread them out. You make them play pass first and then pass run.
Smith in motion. Now back the other way. Croft fires into trouble and almost intercepted by Jamerson. A lot of formation on that play, Rod, but no result at the end.
But this is something I think they should keep doing. That jet sweep action they used to create some confusion, and now they're trying to go to Wozniak, but when there are 3 guys around there, you can see the 3rd guy standing off to the left. That's a tough place to throw the ball.
It's up a 2nd down and 10 from the 41.
But I like the adjustment from Minnesota trying to throw on first down something quick to get things moving.
Last week, Demery Croft was just 2 of 11 passing with 3 interceptions in that loss against Northwestern. Trying to find some rhythm here. Wide open at the 46-yard line, complete to Rieger. And Rieger gets another go for first down. Will Rieger, the 6'3" junior, will move the chains for the Gophers.
Yeah, he just kind of gets lost. He's off to the right of your screen. And then when you find Croft buying some time, he got good protection. Rieger just slips outside, and he finds him.
Ball down to the 33.
That's the most time that Croft has had on a pass play, all afternoon.
26-yard gain, 1st and 10. Smith on the jet sweep action, the toss into the boundary. A great play on the edge by Garrett Dooley. He stared at McCrary and said, "You're not going anywhere."
Well, we've talked about how their outside linebackers are great. And that time, Dooley just showed you his athleticism cue. We saw him, big guy, and he comes down, then gets back out and turns the play back in.
Yeah, I tell you, these inside linebackers, they pursue really well. Dooley's a guy who basically for 4 years hardly played any snaps. Last year, he was a part-time player, 10 to 15 snaps a game. All of a sudden this year, he's a prime player in his 5th-year senior year. I mean, player development is a signature.
Big part of their program. Croft, sack back to the 47 by another one of those linebackers, Connolly.
You got to let the ball go. Yeah, Croft has time to feel this, to see this. Now, on time, get rid of it. It's a little bit late. Connolly gets in there, and you just don't have that much time against this defense.
And that takes them out of field goal range. 3rd and 24 coming up for the Gophers. Missed their opening drive of the second half. A loss of 12 on that play. Croft throws it downfield and out of bounds. And what looked like a promising drive early here in the 3rd quarter for PJ Fleck's team will end in a punt. But still very enthusiastic. Boy, you spend a couple of minutes around Fleck, and you can't help but feel some of his positive vibe just enveloping you.
Well, he was the right man for this job to change the culture. I mean, there was so much going on when he came here. There was a sexual assault investigation involving players, fired coaches. They had all kinds of issues.
As punt goes into the end zone, it'll come out. 1st down and 10, but PJ Fleck keeps saying row the boat.
You want a change agent? He's going to keep rowing that boat. His guys are still alive, not dead yet.
You're watching the Big Ten on ABC as we look at some of the autumnal hues cascading across the landscape here in Minneapolis. Coming up later on ESPN, 3rd-ranked Clemson taking on number 24, South Carolina in Columbia, South Carolina. Tigers looking to avoid the upset and keep their college football playoff hopes alive as they look to repeat as national champs. You can also see it on the ESPN app. We'll get back to the hotel, Rod, and well, some of us will.
Hey, I'll be working the app on my way to the airport, pal. Role reversal for us.
Yes. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Largely bottled up in the first half. Picks up about 4 there. Brought down by Celestine.
Well, you mentioned it. Not a lot of yards today for Taylor. And, to get that invitation to New York for the Heisman ceremony, he needs a big game today. I mean, voters pay attention this time of the year, and you go up and down, and he needs those numbers. Before that rush, he was outrushed by other guys on his team, and he now has 13 for 45 yards, and that's not going to get him the votes that he needs to get to New York.
2nd and 6. Picks up the 1st down here, getting into space. Keeps those legs moving and out near midfield at the 48. So after a run like that, maybe he gets off the standby list and onto the flight.
He's got the reservation. It's not confirmed. And he doesn't have a ticket, but he's helping himself a lot here. You see the patience that he runs with. You see that power, the legs just, drive. Look at him. Use a little bit of a stiff arm there, but that patience and vision shows up here. Protect the football, youngster, right?
Yep, no doubt. Good job there.
Yep, put one on the ground already today.
Part of a great lineage of running backs out of New Jersey for this Badger football program. He is the latest. Tripped up there. Good tackle by Martin as we go back to Cassidy.
Thanks, Parker. Let's go back to the Iron Bowl. 98 seconds into the second half, and Bo Scarborough goes untouched 21 yards to give Bama the 14-10 lead. Mark, Rob, back to you.
Back and forth they go. A lot of of people thinking that if Alabama loses to Auburn, they shouldn't be in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and Wisconsin fans should be rooting for Alabama to eliminate Auburn from the mix.
That would be an interesting scenario. Chris Jones tripped up and picks up another Wisconsin first down. Why should they be rooting for
the worst
Auburn?
case scenario for Wisconsin is to have Auburn win the SEC with 2 losses and then have Alabama get in with 1 loss. That leaves only 2 spots. And you're fighting your ACC champ.
Clemson or Miami.
Yep. You're fighting Oklahoma, likely, out of the Big 12. And that's a challenge. You know, personally, I think if they go undefeated, I think they're in. But there are a lot of people, and some may be on the committee, who may not feel that way.
That's lining up out of the eye. Hornibrook looking to pass. Got hit as he let it go. Caught at the 11 by Pryor. What a play by Hornibrook. Took a hit here.
How about on both ends? He stands in there, takes this shot from Barber, but how about the adjustment from Pryor at the end here? You talk about these young receivers growing up for Wisconsin. Pryor, Taylor, Davis, all of them, Q, are starting to make plays for this offense.
Yeah, Pryor is becoming a big play guy. I tell you, he did a double move, smoked his man, and he was wide open, but then the adjustment, almost like a center fielder, having to react to that throw to the outside.
Yeah, Pryor was slowed by an accident. He had a mishap on his scooter. Here's Taylor getting on his scooter. Brought down by Huff, shy of the 5. Yeah, Pryor was in a scooter accident prior to school and missed the early part of camp.
Yeah, he hit his face on the road and lost a couple teeth. You see that double move, stutter step, gets him free, and then the beautiful adjustment and keeping the feet in bounds. A moped accident.
If I'm a coach, I don't let my players near those things. Or skateboards. You see them on skateboards now, too, right?
I'm with you. It's a problem. But, you know, kids got to have fun, right?
Yeah, kids are going to kid. Under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Impressive drive by the Badgers here. This is Taylor again. A gain of 1 on the play. You know, as an 8th grader, Jonathan Taylor, growing up in New Jersey, in Salem, New Jersey, not only talked, but wrote a long essay in school, handed it into his teacher about going to Wisconsin and playing collegiate football.
Wanted to be the next great Ron Dane.
Yeah.
You know, and he and Ron Dane text and stay in touch, and Dane calls him Little Jersey, I guess it is, because obviously Ron Dane is Big Jersey.
Yeah. 3rd down and 4.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Him and Corey Clement out of Jersey. Pass, touchdown, Davis. Danny Davis knows what time it is.
Now there's the confidence of Hornibrook to throw this thing inside. And how about Davis? Although he is wrapped up, he fights through the contact to make the catch. And again, we've seen these receivers for Wisconsin really kind of grow up. And we've seen their quarterback play well for a couple of weeks in a row now.
Hornibrook threw a rope, a frozen rope that melted in the arms of Davis.
Yeah, this is beautiful. He's really coming along. And if he's doing this every week, look out, college football. Wisconsin's got some offense to go along with that great defense.
There's only one of me. They are not confused.
Well, yesterday was Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, but the day after Halloween, that scene is what goes down inside PJ Fleck's residence. He puts up his Christmas decorations the day after Halloween because he loves Christmas so much.
That didn't look like a home. That looked like a show place, a museum or something.
It was immaculate, wasn't it?
He's got 4 kids. How do you keep a house like that clean and looking like that with 4 kids?
I'll tell you the problem is the kick will go out the back of the end zone is how do you hide Christmas presents from 4 kids for that long? That's a lot of snooping going on, Rob.
Wow.
You're watching ABC College Football presented by Kay Jewelers as part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. And now it's time for We've Got You Covered, brought to you by Jiffy Lube.
Well, the Wisconsin defense has had the Gophers covered, suffocated. Any other way you want to address it, they've shut them down. 74 yards of total offense for Minnesota on 27 offensive plays.
Wow.
This defense has just shut them down completely.
1st and 10 Gophers from the 25. 6:06 to play in the third quarter. Croft hands it off to Rodney Smith, who came into the game just shy of 900 yards rushing on the season. Smith also their second leading receiver coming into the ball game.
You know, P.J. Fleck will look back in a couple years at his first year and say that guy Rodney Smith was really critical to getting the row the boat culture in here, getting complete buy-in, changing what was here, being positive, and going through the things that he wants to turn this program into. He's a really good player, too.
2nd down and 8. Smith again between the tackles, moving the pile, going to set up a 3rd down and about a long 3 to go, Rod.
How did you phrase it? P.J. Fleck said before he got here, the culture was sort of, players kind of do what they want, have their own business. He says, now we're all up in their business.
Yes, everything, right down to how they manage their personal relationships.
Yeah, what's going on with the girlfriend and whatnot. He said, Rodney says, yeah, well, I'm completely well-versed on his relationship.
Into all aspects of their lives, personal, spiritual, educational. McCrary in the backfield now on 3rd down and 3. McCrary got the handoff, but didn't get enough for the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and about 1 with 4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, Connolly sitting right there in the middle, unblocked. Look, if you don't hunt the linebackers at Wisconsin, you don't get a lineman out there on them, and guys like Connolly are running free, they're not going to miss a tackle inside.
Yeah, Connolly has made a lot of tackles. He led them in stops coming into the game, and that guy number there, Hornibrook, has been nearly perfect this afternoon. 4th and 1. The offense on the field. Minnesota 9 of 12 on 4th down conversions this year.
Yeah, desperation time. Thinking about taking a chance there. Will he actually take the chance?
Maybe just trying to draw the defense offside. Play clock down to 0. And P.J. Fleck calls timeout.
Minnesota.
Self-described as a self-made coach. Didn't grow up with a father who was in the business of coaching, and his dad was, well, his dad killed bugs for a living, and his mom was a teacher's aide. Came up very modestly.
I love the story. He was at the Cotton Bowl press conference and talked about, hey, you know, I'm a self-made guy. I didn't have the benefit of, you know, being a coach's son and whatnot, and so I had to kind of make my own way into the profession.
With Coach Chris beside him.
With Coach Chris beside him. Coach Chris looks up and goes, yeah, my dad was a coach. Yeah, thank you very much. You know, he said he keeps apologizing to Coach Chris every time he sees him. Now, I meant nothing by that.
Unintended. 4th and 1. Lingen in motion, now sets. McCrary got enough for the 1st down, so they gamble and move the chains on 4th down, Quint.
Yeah, the two coaches had a much longer discussion today pregame. Seemed like they're developing a friendly relationship on the logo before today's activities. You know, PJ, having watched him at Western Michigan, just his ability to connect with these student athletes, and he's got a vision, but now it's proven. So, you know, people who say, well, that guy's a little different. Well, it's proven what he did, and I think he's headed in the same direction here.
And he really appeals to the millennials. 1st down and 10. Little option into the boundary. Croft tackled at the 33 by Ryan Connolly, shooting the gap and making a great play defensively.
Well, we've talked about it. You know, if these guys get to run free, they will make plays. He's right here. You just see him run through the hole. He'll see the gap and shuts the play down. You don't get a body, you don't get a hat on those backers. They will make you pay.
2nd and 12 coming up. Minnesota was shut out last week against Northwestern. Trying to get on the board here against the Badgers. Croft keeps it and picks up about 3 yards. Jamerson on the stop. You know, P.J. Fleck has a great way of defining maturing. He says we have to become more mature. And last year when we had him at Western Michigan, he said maturing means doing what you have to do becomes doing what you want to do.
Yeah, making that sacrifice and enjoying and appreciating the sacrifice.
3rd and 10. McCrary bottled up with nowhere to go. Those linebackers, T.J. Edwards that time, run so extremely well.
Well, Edwards, the former high school quarterback, anticipated this play, moved himself. He was already running to the outside at the snap. He smelled this out, makes a good tackle. They just have a number of players who know football, who anticipate, just really smart. And you take a former high school quarterback and make him the quarterback of your defense, you're in a good spot.
And ironically, Edwards is a former P.J. Fleck commit when he was at Western Michigan. 40 yards on that punt. Nothing on the return, and coming up tonight on SportsCenter at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, the Canes upset. And what impact will that have on their place in the college football playoff race? Dramatic finishes with UCF and Arkansas, and the Iron Bowl one-on-one with Nick Saban. Alabama taking on Auburn right now, leading 14-13. There's a look at Edwards, who was recruited heavily by P.J. Fleck when he was at Western Michigan. As night begins to fall here in Minneapolis, here at TCF Bank Stadium. Badgers hand it off to Taylor. Getting to the edge, Jonathan Taylor with a great spin move and a first down at the 45. Calvin Swenson made the tackle, but not before Taylor picked up 15 yards.
Well, he's starting to add those numbers up. He had 41 yards rushing at the half. Now he's over 40 yards rushing in this third quarter alone. And those numbers are important to remember. He is not sitting in the great Heisman spot right now. Like, he's about 5th. He needs to move up to get to New York.
Trying to get on that plane and pick up a couple of more yards here. Got exactly 2 there. You know, it's interesting. I remember speaking with Barry Alvarez in the early 90s, doing a lot of Big Ten football, and said, Mark, you know, I'm going to get my linemen, I'm going to get my big, strong guys from in-state here in Wisconsin. I'm going to go to New Jersey and places like that to get some of the speed component that I need to put this program together. It's been a formula that's been extremely successful over the years, Rod.
Well, it's worked, and they are committed to the big offensive linemen in the Wisconsin area, and it's a pride cultural thing, along with their walk-on program, which has worked out really, really well for them.
And that's going to be the end of the first 3 quarters of play here in Minneapolis. And the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. Will it be 14 in a row for the Badgers? Stay tuned for more from Minneapolis after this message and a word from our ABC stations. And you're watching the ABC College Football presented by Kay Jewelers, part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. Starting the 4th quarter, the Badgers with the ball, and that's Taylor on the loose. The turbo kicked in and got the Gophers. That's how you start the 4th quarter. 53 yards for the score.
That's going to put him at 149 yards for the day. Good numbers, but great blocking by Davis, his wide receiver down the field. We talked about the burst, his 100-meter time. You saw the burst there.
A true freshman. A major contributor. A year ago this time, he was thinking about the prom. And Anytime the Badgers are tapping and dabbing, it's all good. Well, Jonathan Taylor with the touchdown, making it a 31-0 ball game. He now has his 9th 100-plus rushing yard game of the season. And the Badgers going to kick off again. In commanding control here as we begin the fourth quarter. Just 9 seconds into the period. That's all it took for Taylor to score. And he continues to ascend the list and the rankings of freshman running backs and rushing leaders. That's an impressive group, Ryan.
Yeah, you think about a single season record. How cool would it be to be able to say more yards than Adrian Peterson did as a freshman? He'll get a shot next week against Ohio State.
He seemed like he was bottled up early in this game and then has really broken loose. Okay, so maybe he wasn't quite thinking about the prom last year at this time. Maybe what he was going to get for Christmas for his last year of high school. First down and 10. That's going to be Rodney Smith.
No, he could have been planning his prom date in December for, you know, the.
Hold on a second. I got a call from New York. yeah, he's going to. Is he going to New York yet?
A little soon.
The airline wants to know whether we book his ticket.
A little soon. I mean, you think about the Heisman and, you know, who's up there. And you Baker Mayfield, you start looking at, well, that's kind of a lock at first. Certainly Bryce Love looks like he's definitely going to get an invite. And you don't know where the cut line is. You don't know if they're going to bring 3 guys or 4 guys or 5 guys back.
Second down and 6. That's going to be Rodney Smith again. Look at the Heisman votes.
Yeah, you know, this guy looks like a lock to win it. You definitely going to be in New York. Lamar Jackson has just really blown up the last couple weeks to be in there. We're sitting at 4th right here. Now, is that enough to get you to New York? It depends on where they do the break for the voting. Might be enough. If it's not, he's got to move into that 3rd spot. But better to be in 4th than 5th, you know, with Saquon Barkley kind of falling off the last 3 weeks.
And Bryce Love expected to play today for Stanford as they take on Notre Dame. Smith with a couple-yard gain. Back to Cassidy. What's up?
All right, Mark, let's get another check-in on that heavyweight battle on the Plains. And Kerryon Johnson from 1 yard out caps off a 12-play drive. Auburn back in front, 20-14 in the 3rd. Mark, Rob, back to you.
Well, what a battle down there in the shadows of Toomer's corner. Alabama undefeated. Auburn with a couple of losses. 1st and 10, Gophers here. 13 minutes to go. And Wisconsin in control. Demry Croft with nobody to throw it to, nobody close. Wozniak was the closest receiver. Rod, let me ask you this. I know it's a little bit early, but just under 13 minutes to go. 4th quarter, you're up 31-0. At what point do you start resting guys a little bit, looking forward to that game against Ohio State?
Well, I think you're getting close to that point. You certainly see there's some action on the sideline there. Backup quarterback starting to warm up a little bit. So some of those guys you want to get out. But, you know, they rotate their defensive players anyway. So a lot of the second unit guys are getting reps. Yeah, and they will get reps for the rest of this quarter.
Although the likelihood of a win for Minnesota doesn't look very good right now. Looking for their 6th win of the season. And bowl eligibility. That's McCrary on the run. Short gain. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Gophers.
Look, they ran into a buzzsaw with this defense. And those inside linebackers we've talked about have combined for 13 tackles, 5.5 tackles for losses, 2 sacks. You don't block those guys inside. You don't put a lineman on them. They're going to wreak havoc. And Minnesota's not been able to do anything with this linebacking core today.
Croft completes it to Smith out of the backfield. Going to pick up the first down and into Badger territory at the 48-yard line.
If you're Ohio State, that's a play you mark. You know, running backs, on linebackers, in the flat, in the middle of the field, as we have a Minnesota player down now.
Yeah, one of the offensive linemen. Looks like it might be Vincent Calhoun,
Yeah,
number 76. With 12:03 to go here in the fourth quarter, we're going to take a break and come back after this. Wisconsin Badgers dominating Minnesota 31-0. And that axe has been in Madison on the isthmus of Lake Mendota and Monona.
Unwrap that thing. why is it covered up now?
It's got a permanent home in there, man.
Unwrap it. Show it.
Been there a while. 13 consecutive years. Rodney Smith taking it inside the 45. We saw the Axe get off the bus and now on the sidelines. And that was one of the great scenes in college football I've ever seen, Rod, was that one year that Minnesota defeated Wisconsin. They stormed the Badgers sideline, jumped over the bench, and pulled the Axe out of the box.
Yeah. Didn't they use the axe to pretend to chop down the goalpost?
Yeah, that was next. But the Badgers seemingly well on their way to their 14th consecutive win against Minnesota. Smith picks up the first down. Talk about a guy that is exuding tireless effort here today. 14 yards on the gain, Q.
You know, this game wasn't always about the axe. It was originally, the trophy was the slab of bacon.
That's what's up.
Which was an oak plaque with an M and a W on it. And depending who won, that's the way they turned it. Now, it disappeared at a certain time in 1943 after a field storming. And it went missing for 50 years.
Missing, you say?
Wow. Still looking for that tie-in between the trophy and bacon. Here's Smith down to the 31.
Well,
Q.
the slab was eventually found in Camp Randall Stadium. This is actually a slab of bacon, uncooked, that we're going to fry up after the game here. And because it's pork, I would take a bite of it, but because it's uncooked, that wouldn't be safe.
You got to get some
slab of bacon. It's in Wisconsin's facility in Camp Randall Stadium, and well, if Minnesota can elevate their program, maybe one day that slab will come back into circulation.
Only if you put strips of bacon on it.
Hey, Q, I want to talk to the butcher that cut that pork for you.
My hand stinks like bacon now. Got any hand sanitizer?
2nd and 7. McCreary on the run with nowhere to go. A popular refrain this afternoon with respect to that Badger defense. So the slab of bacon turns into the Paul Bunyan axe. Hey, 30 years from now, Rod, who knows what it's going to be, right?
Well, 30 years evolving. P.J. Fleck would like to look back and say, hey, I did over 30 years what Barry Alvarez did at Wisconsin. And he basically says he wants to model Minnesota's program after Wisconsin's, to have a culture, to have an identity, to know what they are, whether it's linemen and tight ends and fullbacks. He needs to establish that.
Henry Croft stopped up, tackled by Van Ginkel behind the line of scrimmage.
The P.J. Fleck told us that top 2 priorities for next season. 1, have this team mature, as you talked about, doing the things, liking to do the things that you have to do, and then getting stronger, because they had so many players injured in the spring. Everybody was rehabbing as opposed to getting stronger and bigger and faster.
Emmett Carpenter coming in to attempt a field goal from 48 yards out. Missed earlier today from 46. And he's going to push this one right as well. Been a tough day for Carpenter, who has been dependable going back to last year. Let's take a look at today's all-hands-in play, brought to you by Allstate.
Well, it starts with the good hands from Hornibrook and finding his tight ends, Fumagalli and Peniston, for touchdowns, and then a bullet to Davis. He has shown you that he's got a lot of receivers with some really good hands.
Davis and Pryor have had good afternoons, and as we put a period on Alex Hornibrook's day, 15-19. Pretty efficient. We have a new quarterback in. Jack Clone hands it off to Chris James. Clone's a freshman out of Sayville, New York, 6'3", 202 pounds.
He was a really good high school lacrosse player. Probably could have played in college. Had the opportunity, though, to play football and loves football more than lacrosse, and here he is.
2nd and 5. Any guy that plays a sport where getting cross-checked across the back is illegal. Right, Quint?
I want to see him with the axe in his hands.
That's not a good idea. 2nd and 5. And off again to James, and James will pick up the first down. Back to Cassidy in the studio.
Thanks, Mark. Number 22 Northwestern in Illinois for the Land of Lincoln Trophy. And Cam Thomas here fumbles, and Sam Miller recovers it for the score. The Wildcats up 21-7 in the third and looking to end the regular season with a 7th straight win. Mark, Rob, back to you.
All righty. 7:23 to go. As Jonathan Taylor and the Badgers looking at a 12-0 season going into next week's big matchup in the conference championship game against Ohio State.
Do you like them against Ohio State?
Well, a lot of that's going to be contingent on the health of J.T. Barrett. He left that game earlier today. Groshek runs it, picks up about 6 yards on the play. But tell you what, the way that Hornibrook has played the last 2 weeks, he's in a great position right now.
Yeah.
Great rhythm.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know that, you know, Wisconsin fans have been polarized by his play this season. But if you just look at the last 3 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks of his play, you got to say he's been giving Wisconsin great quarterback play. And Q, if that continues, you got to like the way the committee looks at this team, and you got to like their chances against Ohio State.
I agree completely. And one thing I think that you'll see from Wisconsin when they attack Ohio State would be utilizing the tight end. You go back to that Iowa victory over the Buckeyes, and they threw to the tight end 9 times.
Number 45.
So Fumagalli and company
2nd down.
could have a big day. It's something you saw in the first quarter today, actually. Michigan had some open looks to their tight ends that they airmailed early in that game.
Yeah.
And especially off of play action. So that's right in the Badgers' wheelhouse.
Yeah, and I just don't know how Ohio State will run against this defense. You know, you think about that game last year, you know, Barrett ran for more than 90 yards. And if J.T. Barrett isn't available and he can't give you that kind of performance, I don't know that Ohio State will have a rushing attack against this Wisconsin defense.
Badgers going to run this one again. This is Groshek, Derek Groshek. Had a career-long run earlier today. The matchup next week in the Big Ten championship game will be the Wisconsin Badgers against the Ohio State Buckeyes, and look at some of the pertinent numbers.
Yeah, I think Ohio State's going to have to throw to their running backs. To the point you made earlier in this game, Rod, J.K. Dobbins has a number of receptions this year. Mike Weber, not as many. And then get the ball to their space players, guys like Paris Campbell and K.J. Hill.
Well, I agree, Q. I mean, I think that's the way you have to attack this defense for Wisconsin. You attack the linebackers, make them play in space, make them cover running backs in the passing game.
Lone with time in the pocket. Finds his receiver, Ibrahim, out of the backfield, stopped up right around midfield, a couple yards short of the first down.
Because even if J.T. Barrett is healthy, I don't believe that quarterback power, the quarterback counter game is going to work against this defense alone. The way those
run too well?
The way those outside linebackers shut things down and bring everything inside, the way that Edwards is free to roam, that's tough going.
And you know what scared me, if you're a Buckeye fan, more than anything, and I only watched about the first 20 minutes of that game, Ohio State tackling early in that game was not good at all. And that, if you're playing against Jonathan Taylor, you better be tackling with some authority.
And 4th down, here's the punt from Anthony Lottie. Chenault with a fair catch on the 39-yard punt. It's been all Badgers all day. Doing it for the Badger culture. Well, the sign says it all. Just their second 12-0 season as we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary.
Yeah, if you missed it, you've missed a beautiful performance by Hornibrook. 3 touchdown passes and a suffocating defense by Wisconsin today. Well, every week they seem to have a suffocating defense out there.
And been that way. McCrary in the backfield gets the carry between the tackles onto the 17-yard line. Minnesota going to fall to 5-7 on the season. And there's a look at Hornibrook. His afternoon, his evening over.
You know, Auburn is the head of Alabama right now, which could create a lot of drama for Tuesday with the reveal show. And that might not be good for Wisconsin.
Okay, if Alabama loses, yeah, what do you do with them? Miami is going to fall out of the top 4. Yeah, they were 2. All eyes on that show Tuesday. McCrary, another carry back to Cassidy.
Yeah, back to Auburn. Bama has its work cut out for him after Jared Stidham here takes off for the 16-yard TD run. They went for 2. They didn't convert, but it's 26-14 in the 4th. Mark, Rob, back to you.
Hey, the numbers on that Gus bus is starting to swell a little bit. What do you do with them? They're a 2-loss team, Rod. Although they beat number 1 if this holds down in Auburn.
We've never had a 2-loss team in the playoffs. Committee would be breaking tradition by doing that, putting them in the top 4.
It'd be tough to keep them out, though. They give it to McCrary again. How do you keep them out after they beat number 1 Alabama?
I'm just saying that the one thing we know in the first 3 years is that 2 losses has been kind of the third rail. If you're a conference champ and you have 2 losses, the committee has not been impressed. Now, will they break that this year? If it's an SEC champ like Auburn, possibly. But you think about Tuesday, if Alabama loses, what do you do with Alabama? How far do you drop them? What do you do with Auburn? How far do you move them up? What do you do with Wisconsin? Do you move them up?
Georgia.
How far do you drop Miami?
Yeah. A lot of moving parts. All those questions answered on Tuesday. 4th down and 2 for the Gophers. With 2.5 minutes to go in the football game. 127th edition has been all Wisconsin. Coming up later on ESPN, 3rd-ranked Clemson taking on number 24 South Carolina in Columbia. Tigers looking to avoid the upset, keep their college football playoff hopes alive as they look to repeat as national champs, by the way. You can also see it on the ESPN app, and down on the sidelines, the axe just came out.
Oh, boy, that is a big axe. Wow.
Hey, no, you got it.
Looked like they shined it up before they put it in the case. High snap to Cone, the quarterback. They lose it and recovered by Jack Cone.
Well, I guess if you are Paul Bunyan, 18 feet tall, you need a big axe to carry it around, right?
I'll put that on my my ox, Babe, and let Babe carry it. Look at all the results from previous years. There have been so many classic finishes in this rivalry, albeit this year not one of them.
That's a pretty cool looking axe, though.
It is.
That's a cool trophy.
Big Ten Conference has some really great rivalry games and trophy games. The old Oaken Bucket, one of my favorites. I did that game when Mike Allstott was still playing for Purdue.
About Floyd of Rosedale, the pig. There's your bacon.
Yeah, Floyd wouldn't have liked seeing that slab of bacon that Q had on the sidelines as James gets another carry for the Badgers. 1:30 to go in the ball game. We have a player down for the Gophers. This is senior day for Minnesota. 16 seniors playing their final game.
It's Kamal Martin who's down for Minnesota.
Yeah, 6'3" sophomore from Burnsville, Minnesota. But P.J. Fleck will get things going here. Martin a little wobbly. You're right, I was talking about it before. Fleck out there looking after one of his players and greeting his players. That's a long way up to get his tight end, Wozniak, who's 6'10".
Well, you think about these seniors and what they've been through at Minnesota. You know, 3 different head coaches during their career. Not the guy who recruited you, not the guy who came into your home and visited with your folks. You know, a stranger. And they've been through all that and some other controversies. And here they are finishing up with the new head coach. It's changed the culture that they've bought into. You know, that's a lot of stuff in a 4 or 5 year career.
3rd down and 10. Bone going to pass and finds his target at the 45, complete to Peniston, tight end, and another catch for him today. Rod, we talked about one of the nuances of P.J. Fleck a moment ago. You saw Kamal Martin was injured. Fleck, every time one of his players has been hurt today, has gone out on the field.
Yeah.
And that counts for something, I would think.
It does.
More than just symbolism, right?
Well, he's got this culture about he's completely invested in the players and their entire lives, and it's more than, than just what they do on the field. So, yeah, if he's sitting down with them, talking to them about their personal relationships, he's on the field when they get hurt.
Hand off to Groshek. And Groshek picks up about 8 yards with 22 seconds to go, and that'll about do it. As Paul Bunyan's axe will stay in Madison for the 14th consecutive year. And they couldn't wait to raise that skyward here in Minneapolis. Something a little extra sweet when you achieve this kind of win on the road. And the Badgers raise it. James takes it out to midfield and will share it with his teammates. The last shutout in this series was back in 1982 when Wisconsin also won 24-0. This is the very first time the Badgers have actually led in the series. Quint, down to you.
Alex Hornibrook shaking hands with P.J. Fleck. You just saw the axe run by. What emotions does that bring out of you?
It's awesome. It's great to see all those seniors and us keep the axe. See them, how happy every guy is there. It's awesome.
2 weeks in a row now, you've played very well. Why do you think, what is most responsible for that?
I'm not sure. I think our offense is settling down and getting a lot better here at the end of the season, and we're just improving on what we're doing the week before.
Why is that?
I don't know.
You can't put your finger on it.
No, I think everybody's just improving, and the guys are getting closer, season's getting longer, so it's been fun.
How do you describe this program's mental toughness to bear down, to play well today without looking forward?
I think it's just a tradition of what we do here. It's a hard-working program, and we got a bunch of unselfish guys that are just here to play for the team.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mark.
All right, Q, they symbolically chopped down the Minnesota goalposts here with Paul Bunyan's axe, as the Wisconsin Badgers improve to 12-0 for the second time in program history. Hornibrook with 3 touchdown passes, and Rod, next week, Wisconsin taking on Ohio State. That guy, Jonathan Taylor, going to have a lot to say in the final decision of that.
Well, our friends in Vegas will probably have Ohio State as a 7 to 9 point favorite. But if you look at quarterback play, we don't know if J.T. Barrett will be healthy. That's a huge issue. But the way Hornibrook is playing at quarterback right now, this Wisconsin team is firing on all cylinders. I like their chances against the Buckeyes.
All right. Well, we will see the results of that in 7 days. 31-0, the final score. The Badgers 12-0, looking forward to next week. Stay tuned, folks. College Football Scoreboard is coming up. For Rod Gilmore and Quint Pesnick, I'm Mark Jones. College Football Scoreboard after this word from our ABC station. So long from Minneapolis. Cheese.